we're going to start with the active movements. What motions am I going to want to look at?
Extension,
Lateral flexion, flexion, extension, and rotation. Correct? All right. Just like in the shoulder region in the upper extremity, you have to know what muscles are stretched, what muscles are working when they're going through active movements, what muscles are you testing when you do the resisted motions, okay? And also then passively, what structures are stretched, which ones are compressed. So let's go through that first for the neck. When I look down for flexion, what's being stretched? Okay, so a lot of my extensor muscles, right? My suboccipital muscles for the cranium, right? So the upper cervical. Good. What else? Splenius capitis and cervicus, right? Cervicis. Good. Those are the muscles. What other muscles? Traps. Could be. Your levator could be stretched, right? That can happen with the flexion component. Another thing that's very different than in the neck region is how are the muscles working. So when I tell my patient to look down to the ground, what muscles make that motion happen?
scaling.
For how long? How long? Throughout the whole range? Oh. Okay, so we got this thing called gravity that our muscles have to control for, right? When my head goes forward, what's gravity doing to my head? It's dropping down pretty fast too, correct? Now my head just doesn't fall off my body, right? What muscles help control my head as I go forward? Yeah, so actually when you're looking down to the ground, you're actually looking at eccentric control of those muscles as they lengthen. At the end range, they are stretched out, correct? But so looking up to the sky, what muscles control my head from flopping over? So that's them there, right? This is very different than in the shoulder. When we lift our arms up, it's the shoulder flexors. I want to going up, and then when we come down, I'm eccentrically using it. Here, I'm eccentrically using my extensors, and now I'm concentrically bringing them back up until I get to neutral. So that's a little bit different there, okay? When it comes to the resisted testing, we don't worry about that so much. You were gonna resist the different motions. It is really hot. It's like
Zero.
okay, so those are going to be the things I want to look at first. What can be limiting if I have my head at my side and I'm trying to go this way, and I only get about that far? What could be the problem? Okay, tight SCM. What else? Scalenes. What else? Traps. Good. Levator. So any and all of them can be limiters to the motion, right? Okay. What non-contractile tissues are stretched when I go this way?
Nerves.
Okay, so nerves, so brachial plexus might be being stretched on. That's true. Yes. What else?
Your transverse process ligaments.
Okay, so intertransverse ligaments can be stretched. The vertebral artery could be stretched on that side. Your facet joints are all going up on this side, while on this side they're all coming down on each other. That's going to be something you learn in great detail in kinesiology, and will definitely make a lot more sense as you go through all of that. Okay, but when I move my head one way, one side's being really stretched, the other side's being compressed down, correct? There. That's about all I wanted to know for this class as far as what's going on. I think if you got the muscles down, it's a pretty good start. You guys did a good job with that, so good. All right, so that's active. I'm going to look down, up, side bend, rotate, and rotate. Quality, quantity, symptom change, better, worse, the same. All of that's the same. How do we do the passive movement for the neck? And this is where it gets tricky. What I'm going to have you do is